Imagine watching a grainy Betamax tape of the President of the United States, only to see him slowly, methodically, and impossibly butchered by invisible hands while he continues to smile and speak. This is the reality of SCP-1981.
Item number SCP-1981. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-1981 is to be kept in a secure, climate-controlled media storage locker at Site-19. Access to SCP-1981 is restricted to personnel with Level 2 clearance or higher.
When SCP-1981 is being viewed, it must be played on a standard Betamax player and recorded via a secondary digital capture system. No more than 20 minutes of playback should be performed in a single session to prevent unnecessary degradation of the magnetic tape. Under no circumstances should any attempt be made to transcribe the anomalous vocalizations of SCP-1981 while in the presence of the playback. All transcriptions are to be performed from secondary digital recordings only.
SCP-1981 is a standard Betamax home video cassette found in a nondescript plastic case with the words Ronald Reagan cut up while speaking written in black permanent marker on the adhesive label. The tape was recovered from a residential home in 1991 following reports of severe psychological distress from the home's previous owner, who claimed the tape was cursed.
The tape contains a recording of former United States President Ronald Reagan delivering his famous Evil Empire speech at the National Association of Evangelicals in Orlando, Florida on March 8, 1983. However, at approximately 1 minute and 10 seconds into the video, the content of the tape begins to deviate significantly from the historical record. The deviation begins with physical anomalies. Spontaneous lacerations appear on President Reagan's body. These wounds appear as if made by an invisible blade. There is no external source of trauma, yet the president begins to suffer horrific physical trauma in real time. Slits will appear across his neck, his forehead, and his cheeks. As the video progresses, these injuries become more severe. In several recorded playbacks, the president's abdominal cavity has been seen to spontaneously burst open, or his jugular vein has been severed, resulting in a significant volume of blood coating the podium and the microphone. Despite these catastrophic injuries, Reagan does not appear to notice the trauma. He continues to deliver his speech with his characteristic charisma and composure. He does not scream, he does not wince, and he does not stop to acknowledge the intestines spilling onto his notes, or the fact that his jaw is hanging by a single tendon.
The speech itself is the second anomalous property of SCP-1981. While the recording begins with the Evil Empire speech, the words quickly dissolve into a word salad of nonsensical phrases, disturbing prophecies, and bizarre anecdotes. These speeches are unique to every single playback. SCP-1981 has never played the same sequence of events twice.
Foundation researchers have categorized the vocalizations into 3 types. Type A, which consists of garbled, nonsensical political rhetoric. Type B, which involves disturbing, violent imagery or highly personal information regarding Foundation personnel. And Type C, which appears to be prophetic or descriptive of future events, though these are often veiled in heavy metaphor.
Perhaps most unsettling is the presence of SCP-1981-1. In approximately 1 out of every 7 playbacks, a figure is seen standing in the background behind the president, or occasionally in the front row of the audience. This figure is draped in a dark hooded robe and appears to be observing the president's mutilation.
SCP-1981-1 has never been observed to speak or interact with the environment, but in several recordings, it has been seen to turn its head and look directly into the camera lens, as if aware of the person watching the tape in the present day.
The following is a transcript of playback log 1981-04, recorded on September 14, 1994. Reagan begins the speech as expected. At the 2-minute mark, a deep horizontal gash opens across his throat. Blood sprays the front of his suit. Reagan continues to speak.
He says, "I have often wondered what the future holds for the children of this great nation. I see them in the fields, their skin turned to parchment, their eyes filled with the black ink of 1,000 broken promises. We must be vigilant, for the great hook is coming, and it has a thirst for the soft places. It wants the marrow. It wants the secrets you keep behind your teeth."
At this point, Reagan's left ear falls off and slides down his shoulder. He smiles at the audience. He continues, "The Soviet Union is but a shadow on a wall. The real enemy is the one that walks between the heartbeats. I have seen the 7. They are standing in the hallway of your mind, holding the keys to the basement."
They are hungry, and they have forgotten how to die. We must invest in a stronger defense, a defense of the soul, before the sky turns into a rib cage and the sun begins to scream.
The feed becomes heavily distorted with static. When the picture clears, the hooded figure of SCP-1981-1 is visible standing directly behind Reagan. Reagan's chest is now a hollow cavity, his lungs visible and pulsating rhythmically. Reagan says, "I see you watching. I see the light of the screen reflecting in your pupils. You think you are safe behind the glass, but the glass is only a thin membrane. We are all being cut up. We are all being edited. The director is unhappy with your performance. He wants more blood in the next take." The tape then ends abruptly with 30 seconds of high-pitched white noise and a static-filled image of the hooded figure's face, filling the entire frame. In 2005, a series of more disturbing playbacks occurred, leading to a temporary reclassification investigation. During playback log 1981-22, the president did not speak at all. Instead, he stared directly into the camera while his skin was slowly peeled away in vertical strips, as if by an invisible hand.
As the muscles of his face were exposed, a voice that was not Reagan's began to emanate from the television speakers. The voice was described by researchers as a multitonal, raspy whisper. It stated, "The marrow is dry. The vessel is empty. We are coming to collect the debt. The ink is running out. Stop watching. Stop watching. Stop watching."
Following this incident, the researcher in charge of the playback, Dr. Aristone, suffered a severe mental breakdown and attempted to destroy the tape with a pair of industrial shears. He was successfully restrained, but during his psychiatric evaluation, he insisted that the Reagan on the screen had addressed him by his childhood nickname.
Further analysis of the tape's magnetic properties suggests that SCP-1981 is not a standard recording. The magnetic particles on the tape seem to rearrange themselves even when the tape is not in use. This suggests the tape is a living, or at least a dynamic medium that reacts to its environment and its viewers.
The prophecies provided by the tape have been hit or miss. In 1998, a Type C playback described a twin collapse of the Iron Towers in the City of the Sea. This was retrospectively linked to the events of September 11, 2001. However, other playbacks have described events that have yet to occur, such as the Great Oceanic Unraveling of 2019.
The hooded figure remains the greatest mystery of SCP-1981. It has appeared in various guises, sometimes wearing the uniform of a Secret Service agent, other times appearing as a distorted version of Nancy Reagan. In every instance, however, its presence correlates with a significant increase in the violence of the mutilations.
One of the most chilling reports comes from a recent test in 2012. The tape was played, and for the first time, Reagan did not appear at the podium. Instead, the podium was occupied by a figure that was entirely obscured by shadow. The audience in the background, usually static and non-responsive, began to clap in a slow, rhythmic fashion.
The shadowed figure spoke in a voice that sounded like tearing paper. It said, "The rehearsal is over. The play is about to begin. The actor has been butchered and the meat is ready. I hope you've enjoyed the show, because the next time we meet, you won't be in the audience. You'll be on the stage."
The screen then went black. When the tape was ejected and inspected, the words on the label had changed. It no longer said, "Ronald Reagan cut up while speaking." It simply said, "Your turn." 10 minutes later, the label reverted to its original text.
SCP-1981 is a reminder that the past is not as fixed as we would like to believe, and that behind the grainy, flickering images of our history, something else might be watching us back. It is a safe class object, contained and controlled, but the psychological toll it takes on those who view it suggests that no amount of containment can truly protect a mind from what it sees on that tape.
Subscribe for more Foundation Files.